Coach Washburn around here. Please thank you. Give y'all a round of applause.
All right, thank you. I got the sound now. How you doing? Hey, what's up? I see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. I'm here to talk about how to dominate possessions in the game using the charge. All right, it's something at our level that we've strategically implemented in our defensive schemes because it allows us. Just turn it off. There we go. It allows us to control the possessions. It allows us to control the momentum, and it also allows us to basically challenge the depth of every team that we're playing. When you're going through your scouts, and that's whether you're a high school coach, or a college coach, you're always looking to see where you can create advantage, where you can create mismatches. So instead of working endlessly around the clock, especially if your team is undersized, going for rebounds or you're trying to think of different schemes, why not take charges in the gap? All right, it's an automatic way. It gets your kids rotating correctly. It gets everybody in a position of making plays on the ball, and it gets your team an aggressive mindset. That way, you're dictating the pace of the tempo of the game. Okay? So the first thing we do, implement that is we have to teach our kids how to fall. Okay? Can I get a line really quick? That's please. Toss me that basketball, please. Thank you. So the first thing we do is teach our kids how to fall, proper technique. We introduce things one by one, and we do build-up drills, okay? Trina. Can we step them down? Sprint 2/3 of the way, chop both hands out, okay? And then come with voice pressure and hand pressure, all right? So on, go. Go. Break 3/4, chase the ball. Thank you. On my count dribble, okay? I want you to now take me all the way to the baseline. Then when you get to the short corner, I want you to drop and I want you to yell and fall aggressive. Okay? Ready? Everyone else follow her lead. You ready? Go. Chase it out. One pressure. No. You don't drop. Yeah. All right. Now you gotta yell too. All right? Next girl up. You ready? Ready? Go. Sprint out. Slide it, jump. Nice job. Make sure you yell or grunt. And the reason we teach the yell or the grunt is this. Go ahead. I'm going to go with you this time. Stop it. If I make a double pass and the referee watches the ball, they might miss that drift charge. So what we do is we call attention and we get the referee looking at us. All right? So let's get this all in motion one at a time. Everybody ready? All right. When you get out here, ready? On, go. Go! Sprint to third. Good job. Hey, go. Let's go. And go. Nice job. Come on, man. Ready. Stop it. Good, nice job. All right, now there's one correction I'm going to make. We teach no middle stance, okay? So as you're building these drills into your defense, make sure that you're coaching proper technique, all right? So go ahead, chop out. 3. We also tell all of our girls to take a measure-up touch. So we tell them, so you know your arm's distance away, you get the one touch, the hot stove. Then you gotta let go. After that, let's fight. Go. Good, no middle stance, measure-up touch. Good. Measure-up touch. Good, one, go. Let's go, Cat. Jimmy, go. Good job. Let's go. Good. Let's go. Good. That's our touch. Good. Count it. Oh, make the noise. Last one. Good. Nice job. Give me a round of applause, please. So, remember, there's emphasis on, in the next drill we'll build into it, making sure you take contact before you fall, because we do not teach blocking. We don't teach that. Number 1, you'll get scored on. Number 2, you'll pick up fouls. That's what we don't want. We want to dictate, okay? So the next drill we're going to go into is making sure we'll have court. 2-on-2 charges. Let me get 2 young ladies, one at the top of the key on offense, one at the opposite wing, then let me get 2 on defense. So this is our 2-on-2 charge all-purpose drill, okay? So now, if you're one pass away, you'd be over in the gap. Make sure you sprint there. Go back, go back, go back, go back. We emphasize little things. Sprint. There you go. And you replace, okay? On my drive, you're going to, I'm beating my defender, you're going to sprint to help. And then sprint outside the baseline, outside the lane line, and take my charge, okay? You ready? It's going to start retreating. So we're going to, there you go. Swing it. Swing it. Go. There you go. So now you have to drop on the plate. See what I mean? Because if I let her ball, she doesn't get the charge ball, and I don't know if that's scored. All right? So now we're going to rotate in, all right? So offense go to D, and then move on. After this one, after this one, after this one. Start with pass. Ready? Swing it. Gap, free up. Gap. Oh, that's so far. Take time to be my man right now. Again. There you go. On the ball. Let's go touch. Let's go touch. No. No. Good drop. Good drop. Now we're going to extend the drill, okay? We're going to progress. Once I pick up the charge, I'm going to kick it out. The girl in help has got to sprint to the ball. You replace, and then you're live 2-on-2. Okay? Ready? Good. You're in the gap. Good. Let's go touch. Sprint to it. Go on. Good. Get up, get up, get up. Close out. Get to her. Let me get. Let me get her. Oh. So get back to where you were when you go to the lane. Give her ball back. So recreate that rotation. Again, beat her off the dribble. Hey, slow motion. You stepped over. This is what we don't want. See, we were supposed to get that, but we didn't get it. But this is the charge that we're actually looking for. I gotta get a good angle for you, please. If I'm driving and I drop it off and keep floating forward, that's the one we want our girls to take. Does that make sense? Play in that gap, because at this mid-major level, what we're looking for is every critical mistake that a player might make. So the drift gap charge is the one that you're 100% most likely to get throughout the game. All right? New. Change it. I'll just pick somebody else here. Stay on. Come on, offense. I trust you. You're going to swing from that side, right? Mental touch. Close out. Mental touch. Oh, yeah, good job. Hold on the stance. Nose to nose work. Measure up touch. Good. Swing. Sprint to the gap. You got to keep short. Good. Don't sprint to beats. I'm guarding imaginary. You sprint here in the gap. Okay? Turn it over. Because if I drive middle, I beat my man. I want you right there. Okay? Ready again. Good. Swing. Good to the gap. No. Get up, get up, get up, get up. When I pick, no, wait, hold on. When I kick it, you gotta go. You're the closest man, because she's on the floor. Go ahead, go. You replace, swing it. Hey, 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 hey. In all fairness of the drill, we don't let them go until they make an extra pass, okay? So let's rerun that back. Let's do that one more time. Go. Yeah. Go. Good. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, no, no. Box out. One more. Switch it. This time we're going to press to full court. Okay? So whoever your offense now, if you two Good, ready? 5. Good. Good luck, guys. Yes, like this. Make sure you understand that you stop. Early in the season, it's a lot easier to stop and correct, so do not compromise with that, okay? Make sure you're telling your players, slide in the ones that are easily readable. Take that contact and get that possession back. We want to dig to your subs. That's what we want to look for because we know we'll exploit them. All right? That's how you want to be thinking. Last one. Ready? Go. Got it. Let it go. Good job. Make the noise. Make the noise. Hey, 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 hey. Get back. Now go. Let's go. Yeah. Nice job. We're always competing. Always competing. It's the only way to teach your players how to dominate in this game. All right. Next, what we're going to do, we'll do a 3-on-3 charge gap drill, okay? So let me get 3 offense, 3 D. Got that? We do? All right. Make sure you're the same color. Yeah, switch over if you can. Should we already see that? Yeah. Can you start the turn for me, Captain? All right. Good defense. You got the ball first. So now you're again taking the next step on the ladder. Starts in the middle, so where's your future be? There you go, there you go. So now you're alive after the reversal goes all the way through, okay? We want to see people jumping in the gap. We want to see people sprinting the proper help because we just worked on it, all right? Last thing, once it's 5, you're playing to pick up gap charges and then you're going full court if you switch over, okay? All right, so let's see. Jump, sprint to it. Go, 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 sprint. What did you call? You did sprint. Go, you got it. Sprint to it. Sprint. There you go. There you go. Pace is so important in these drills. They're trying to teach you to dominate. Got it. You gotta go. Go, 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 go. Bring it back this way. Yes, we're gonna have the ball. Work for it. Good finish, good finish, good finish. All right, Got the rules? Go. Control the tempo. Under 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. Under 4 minutes right now, okay? This is a game-saving possession. We're down 1. Let's get the ball back, okay? Go! Let's get it back. Got it. Let's get it back. We need some more. Get it back. Look at that rebound. Roll on the rebound. Roll on the rebound. Come on, take it. Let's go. Get yourself around the ball. Nice job. Great work. I like this. Last drill I'm going to show you. This is about keeping everyone involved because it's not just your guards that can take a charge. Your forwards can too. Okay? So let me get an offensive forward right around here. Let me get a defensive forward opposite. Let me get an offensive guard and another offensive guard. Across there, there you go. Pick up. So you're my 2 defensive guards, okay? This is our meet and greet drill. Focus for a second. So if I'm the offensive forward, I'm rim running. I'm running hard as I can to the front of the rim. I'm giving you a step of advantage defensively, okay? Before I get, I'm a full dead sprint, okay? So when you're up, you gotta bump me before I get to that free throw line. Meet me and greet me. Yep. So I'm gonna start running. Ahead of me, you're ahead of me. Stop right there. There you go. You gotta make me change direction. You gotta make me go outside. I cannot get to the front of that rim. Okay? Once we get to that, the point guard is gonna veer out to the wing, and you're gonna play 2-man game. So you can play an all-ball pick and roll from there, okay? And then I'll walk through how we're gonna get charged for the forward position. Okay? Ready? It's time to hit offense. Y'all run. Okay, go. Meet and greet. Bumper cat. Good. Come on. All right, freeze it. You got to where you had the on-ball screen. Go ahead, set up. Where were you? And you came to set it? Who set the screen? Yeah, you did. So you have to wait for it. All right? Our signal for an all-ball screen is a head tap. Okay? So you have to make sure otherwise you're going to lose a screen violation. All right? So you have to go ahead. You're just going to go 50%. She said it. Use it. That's what we don't do. All right? So you're going to take a step back, and you're going to take a step back. Especially if she's a non-shooter. If she's a shooter, you can step up. If not, because we don't really want a guard to forward switch. That's not what we want. Okay? All right? So go ahead. Go back again. That 50%. Came on fit right there. Boom. On your roll to the rim, we want you, right here. So you got to make your defensive stance. Because then when you kick it, and she recognizes, remember, he's a big girl, 6'3" and 6'4". She recognizes you're there, so she's going to try to what? Dump it off. You're taking up the space. Once she dumps it off, stay there, take the contact. Fall back out. Yeah. You got it? All right, let's get it live. Yes. Score. Good meet and greet. Good. Pick and roll. Gordon. Come back in this way. Pick and roll this way. Big ball screen. No, big ball. Take 2 wings. Go to the ball screen. Come on, away. In. Go. Why are you hugging her? She's 2 passes away. Let's play it this way. Big ball screen. You can go here. Big ball screen. Big ball screen. Try another one. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Nice job. Nice job. Way to work. Excellent job. All right, please ask away. Anything you want to know from a concept standpoint to an action standpoint. Yes. Yes, we do. So in practices, we have managers or an assistant coach track. And in games, I'm on the bench tracking, looking for points per possession and looking for how many times we call it, spirit is not the word we use. We have a word we use where we're deflections, tips, and charges. So that's where I'm charting on the bench during games. When we use our synergy film edit, after the game is over and we're going over review, I make the clips for how many times we took a gap charge, and the players are celebrated and rewarded for that too. And it's such a good thing from a momentum and a team unity standpoint. They start looking for it, they cheer it, they applaud it, they race with each other to pick each other up off the floor. It's a big deal. Our bench is loud, and we teach that. We use a term called ELC, early, loud, and continuous talk. ELC. So we're making sure every drill, they're at the baseline clapping, they sprint 2 water breaks and out of water breaks, and that when we're on the bench, we're all focused and engaged and we know what's going on. No, keep going. Yes. That is outstanding. That's a great question. So that is actually something that we're cognizant of and that we discuss a lot. When we teach our closeout, that was an abbreviated version of it, but we're very intense in the no middle drive stance, killing the ball when you're sliding on a baseline attack, and being there for the on-ball charge as much as the gap charge. So we teach being nose to nose, and we're telling our players, don't get beat. Not in the sense that you're creating any negative energy, but you're reminding them that the principles are not to get beat. But if you do, your sister has your back. Anything else? Please ask. Even if it's career questions, go ahead.
How does emphasis on dead ball power affect your thinking?
Actually, it helps us because we inbound the ball furious, fast and furious. So if it's a dead ball, unless you have to wait for the referee to inbound it, we're moving quick. That 4-second transition that I was saying out loud, that's something that we talk about all the time, no matter what, even off of free throws. It's something, 4 seconds or less, we need you in the scoring area. So our players are pushed from a stamina standpoint, they're pushed from a conditioning standpoint, and we don't do a lot of running baseline to baseline. That's not something we emphasize. That's no knock to anyone if that's your philosophy. When we run with the basketball. We run lanes, we run our transition lanes, we run pushing the ball. Part of our warm-up after they do their dynamic stretch is sprinting full court with the basketball. Left hand, right hand, switching hands. So we talk that all the time. It's with the ball. Yes. Anyone else? Come on, somebody's got to have a question. Go ahead.
I saw at the end there, you were trying to get that wing ball screen action to the post-up, right?
Yes.
So in practice, how do you address that situation, when you're trying to get a certain action, the players know it and now they're cheating, right? So now they're not letting that action happen because they know it's coming, but you're trying to represent an action so that you can do it in the game. Because in the game, obviously, the other team is not going to know what's going to happen.
Correct. So we do implement counters and we implement what we call freedom. So if our young ladies see that a ball screen is being cheated, the point guard has the ability to reject the ball baseline because it still creates the same rotation from the opposite defender, in a sense it does, and even from the opposite post. If one big had to come up to guard the ball screen, the other should have dropped to the rim anyway, so once she rejects, you should be there to make it take a stand. And I'll give you a story on that. Robert Morris in the NEC is one of the premier mid-majors. They're very difficult. They won the NEC, I want to say maybe like 5 or 6 years outside of the years since St. Francis PA won it. They're very competitive. We had a game against them last year where we knew we had to play outside of our lines to try to win because our RPI was very low. We had inherited a group that wasn't very athletic, so the charge was vegan. So our defensive scheme against Robert Morris, because what they like to do is floppy action, which is guard to post screens. We basically forced them to only reject. We didn't allow them to use the baseline screen. So what their counter is off that reject, they like to drive and drift. So we put a player sliding into the baseline against the girl who's going to make the drift pass, and we put a player to slide down in front of the girl who's supposed to make the catch. We had a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. You know how we lost? Nope. Offensive rebound. We got them to miss the shot. Our post players in great position, but no box out. 6'4" girl from London swooped in, grabbed it, put it back, game over. We lost by 1. That's why at the end of every drill you heard me say, woman rebound. So it's not just the charge, you might not get it, but you might get a team thinking and playing slower than what they normally do. But then, once you force the miss, go get the ball. Remember, the key to this whole presentation was dominating possessions. You can't do that without the basket. Anyone else? Yes? No, we basically send forward to the glass. So last year, if you look at our synergy and our analysis, we were shorter. So we were getting beat just because 6'3" and 5'11", or 6'3" and 5'10" is just different. This year we have more size and we have more depth of the post, so it should be fairly competitive. We also have guards that can move, so we should be a lot better than that. But yes, we're sending 4, and we're sending 1 safety girl, the point guard, back for defensive balance. If the rule is, if the point guard takes the layup or a shot below the free throw line, then whoever's the guard not shooting for the highest up, they've got to rotate for safety. Yes. Yes. That is excellent. That's a great question too. So that goes back to the question Coach Edwards asked. If you're charting it on paper, and then you go back and run the game through your mind, because face it, we all remember every game we ever coached. We remember how we won it, how we lost, everything. So when you're going back through your thoughts and you're thinking about who stood out to you and who really was saving possessions, who was dominating their matchup, you can do it that way. I would say that. That's a great question. That is. Anyone else? Thank you so much, everybody. As you can see, I'm fully finished. Coaches hand on action. You might find me working pinch post actions in our practices. Coach Dave will have me demonstrating sprints. He demonstrates sprints. We're live action people. The energy is where it comes from. It's enormous. It's love. That's how you know you love the game. Thank you all.
Again, give her a round of applause.